Hey guys, it's Chris. From pools in a palace covered in gold to the largest pools in the world, here are 8 of the most expensive swimming pools in the world that cost a fortune. Number 8. Umed Bhavan Palace. Located in India, the Umed Bhavan Palace is more than just a place to swim. It's actually both a resort and one of the official royal palaces for the royal family of India. It was constructed in 1943 after 15 years of work. It's so huge, it provided jobs for over 3,500 people. It was so large that at the time it was considered the largest home in the world. The pool itself is rather special, as it's actually underground and inside the residence itself. It's called the Zodiac and was designed in the style of Art Deco. Now, why is it called Zodiac? Well, if you go to the bottom of the pool, you'll find yourself looking at mosaics depicting the 12 symbols of the zodiac. But that's not the real value of the pool room. For both the walls and the ceiling are covered in gold tiles. Thousands of them, in fact. And should you be lucky enough, you can go there today and actually swim with members of the Indian royal family who still live there at times. All told, the pool and palace at the time of its construction cost around $225,000, which would be around $3.2 million by today's standards. Now it is considered almost priceless. Number 7. Gellert bathhouses. Back in the ancient times, it was actually quite common practice for people not to bathe in their own homes, but in bathhouses. It was a place to get clean and hang out with others. In 1912, the construction of the Gellert bathhouses in Budapest, Hungary was complete. Its style was meant to mix with the popular construction of the period, Art Nouveau. This style adds to the class of the bathhouse as fine marble and art cover the place, allowing users to relax and enjoy a fine art show. These bathhouses aren't just one pool, but rather several. There are about 7,500 square feet to wade around in with varying temperatures and decor. For those looking for a different kind of experience here, there are also wave pools, kid pools, and even an authentic Roman bath. However, its best feature is that the water isn't just regular water. They're fed by hot mineral springs, which users claim have healing properties. The actual springs have been considered sacred for years, back to the time of the Knights Templar. You can test these properties for yourself as these bathhouses are open to the public at large. At the time they were built, the cost of the entire construction was about $425,000. By today's standards, that would equal about $10 million. And now, guys, for number 6, but before we get there, what's your favorite pool? How about you let us know in the comments below? And be sure to subscribe if you're new here. We have lots of new videos coming up. Number 6. Nemo 33. Most people forget that there are actually 3 levels of measurement: width, length, and height. Another word to use for height measurement is depth. And if you want to find the deepest man-made pool in the world, you need to go to Belgium. Specifically to Brussels and the Nemo 33 pool. And how deep does this pool go? Well, how about 108 feet deep? The pool is so deep that it requires 600,000 gallons of water to fill it all. Now you might be curious as to what the point of this pool is. Well, it's manifold. First off, the pool isn't just a basic pool to splash around in. There are actually rooms and tunnels within the pool that you can go into. And this also gives scuba divers a chance to practice or swim without having to worry about the natural conditions of the ocean. Not so ironically, many movie and TV productions use this pool to film their underwater scenes, as it allows them more control over what's going on in the pool. Granted, because of this isn't a pool that just anyone can go to and have fun in. But if you book a class and you have the right equipment, you'll have a blast. All in all, the Nemo 33 pool took 7 years to build, and by the end of its construction, it took $3 million to make. Number 5. Hearst Castle. Hearst Castle in California has 2 pools that are equally powerful and expensive. The Neptune pool itself actually began construction in 1924 for the original residents of the castle, and it took 12 years to make. By the end of its construction, the pool reached 108 feet in length, with an average width of 58 feet and 95 feet at the alcove. The second pool was built on the inside and is a bit smaller than the Neptune pool. Here's the catch. While they aren't the biggest pools in the world, they are arguably some of the most elegant. They were crafted to match Roman-era style pools, and thus have marble and tile designs that in today's market would be a literal fortune to acquire, let alone make them into pools. This isn't even mentioning some of the artwork that lies around the pools, including statues made by Italian craftsmen. And the Neptune pool has parts of its design literally lined with gold. Pricing the pools is a bit difficult as the cost to the owners isn't known. However, including the pools and the property they're on together gives you a total of around $10 million. That's pretty impressive. Number 4. The Lev Lviv Residence. Many of the world's most expensive pools aren't for the public or even for paid recreation. Rather, they're for the elite who can afford such magnificent pools, such as the one you'll find in the Lev Lviv residence in the United Kingdom. Despite it being in the UK, it's actually owned by an Israeli businessman named Lev Lviv, who personally paid for the construction of a lavish estate and private home that in total cost $68 million. Also that he and his family could have a nice home. Pretty cool, right? I mean, I'd never want to leave. One of the most luxurious parts of this private residence is the pool, which is one of the most expensive private pools in the world. Why? Well, the indoor pool has gold in it, and not just being lined with gold, it's actually comprised of gold tiles. That's a gold to fill up a pool via tiles, not to mention that the residence has a personal spa and sauna. But when the time comes to be an entertaining host, Lev can use a special retractable cover in order to make sure that the pool is covered and turn it into a ballroom. You'll have to have connections to get invited though, so if you know anyone and can get me in, you let me know. Number 3. San Alfonso del Mar. When you think of a swimming pool, what do you picture? More than likely, you picture a space that is full of people having fun in a menagerie of ways. But for the most part, it's just people in the pool. But in Chile, at San Alfonso del Mar, they decided that it wasn't good enough. They wanted to make a pool so big that you could do more than any other pool before it. So they made a swimming pool that was 20 acres in size. Not to mention one that was almost a mile end to end. On average, the San Alfonso del Mar is actually 6,000 times bigger than most public swimming pools. That's a lot of swimming space. So much so that in 2008 it was dubbed the largest swimming pool in the world. But you might be asking yourself, why did they make it so big? Surely it can't just be for swimming. And you would be right. The San Alfonso del Mar was made as big as it was to service those who would actually want to go sailing in their waters. That's right, you can actually sail a ship of decent size in the pool. The construction of San Alfonso del Mar literally changed the world in regards to how pools are viewed, and many other mega pools have been built like it since. In total, the pool itself cost $2 billion, and it took 5 years to make. Also, the entire pool is filled with ocean water that is actually purified via a special process so that people could swim in it without getting sick or feel like they've bathed in salt water. Number 2. Sigaya Ocean Dome. As most people know, there are really 2 types of pools, regardless of the size they are. The first is an outdoor pool, and the other, you guessed it, is an indoor pool. If you're looking for the largest indoor pool in the world, then you need to go to Japan and experience the Sigaya Ocean Dome. The Sigaya Ocean Dome is part of a resort that has both outdoor and indoor pools. The pool itself, the inside one, is 1,000 feet long and 328 feet wide. One of its most defining features, though, is its roof. For the roof can both be retracted and kept over the pool to ensure that it's warm no matter what the weather is outside. But that's not the only attraction. For the builders made sure that people inside could still feel the rush of being out on the oceans. So they made it so that people can actually surf waves in the pool at regular intervals. And as though that wasn't enough, you can also see an artificial volcano erupt every 15 minutes. For families, there's a smaller children's pool next to the big one and a water slide area for extra fun. The Sigaya Ocean Dome opened in 1993 after its $2 billion construction. It was closed in 2007 to start renovations, and it's kind of been an on-again, off-again project, so we're not sure if it's going to be torn down or reopened. Number 1. City of Stars. When it comes to having the most expensive pool in the world, there's only one true choice, and that's the City of Stars pool in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. This pool was built by those who made the San Alfonso del Mar pool in Chile, and they used their expertise to make this one truly shine like a star. In terms of size, the City of Stars pool is massive, coming in at 21 acres. To that end, this makes it the largest pool in the world, beating out San Alfonso del Mar by 1 acre. The pool itself is part of the resort that is called City of Stars, which has 30,000 rooms that people can be in and then go and enjoy the pool too. But of course, with all of this size, the water in it needed to be treated so that the pool could be filled, and the cost was very high. In fact, it cost $5.5 billion just to make this pool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Can you believe how expensive some of these pools are? Now, which one would you be most tempted to go and have fun in? I think I'd check out that City of Stars pool. Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe so I can see you next time.